Alright, so second game I'm expecting is gonna be already on the way. Oh, sometimes it's taking a bit longer before they get into the game rooms, but nope, there we go. And apparently exactly on time. Good on us, I guess. Good on us, I guess. No, and well, before we're gonna be heading into the game, we are going to be, just a reminder that until and when this match is gonna be finished, you can also expect another one, as in about 20 minutes from now is scheduled another match, and that is going to be between Italy C and Switzerland C. So you're gonna be doing that as well. Those are the two for today. For tomorrow, there is, so far I think in one match. Yeah, Germany G versus UK H at 19 GMT. I'm not going to be streaming that because I'm gonna be having Classic Age of Mythology session on Wednesday in the evening, but I'm gonna be definitely streaming Thursday. Czech Republic B versus Germany A, or the I, sorry. Germany I at 19 GMT. Gonna be certainly doing that. Plenty of games are already scheduled for the weekend and for the whole week, so you can just kind of find the scheduled times on, I think in AoE Zone, that there's a schedule to pick, and also at the Discord, of course, for Nations Cup. You can find the information at !Nations into the chat if you're gonna be interested to follow, cast yourself, or anything along those lines. Okay, so everybody almost loaded in. That's taking a long time. Hopefully everybody has loaded in. That's okay, there we go. It's kind of worried that maybe there's gonna be some bug, because obviously there was that patch today. I'm not sure entirely what was coming in. I think it should have been just for the Xbox, but I haven't seen any kind of patch notes. So I'm not certain if something got changed or not. Thinking not. But you never know. I mean, like, they were also doing event upgrades, right? And updates in the last 2 months, and both of them broke the game, so we just need to be really careful with anything they do, those devs. But let's also be careful what we do with pickies, for example, because there has been quite a bit of a national sport for practically everybody in the show matches that we have streamed in the past few weeks, that were hosted to kind of like somewhat bring up the interest for the event in the first place, as if it were needed in any kind of way. Everybody, of course, the whole community is gonna be following this great event. No, and you're gonna be there for having just kind of like a quick look, I guess, on the Civilisations. Doesn't seem like there's any kind of movement as far as stealing the boards yet. It's gonna be there for Knuta96 for the Norwegians. He's gonna be playing with Malay. All the way into the pocket, he's gonna be having HJFE with Franks. He was playing really nasty Khmer, so expecting a lot from him again. Nope will be the other pocket with Slavs. Okay, it's not entirely common civilization. Gonna be having time, I guess, to look at the drafts now for the civilizations to see actually what they've chosen and why we maybe see the civilizations that we do. And Vietnamese classic here on the other side, and fairly nasty goal though on the flank. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. Otherwise, wow, that's an easy map to wall. Jesus Christ, that's a supreme. That's a very easy Arabia. Besides the stone, that's gonna be maybe something that could be a bit of a small challenge. No, apparently it's gonna be also same for his teammate. Knutan also not having too much of a fun time with the gold. And the wall-in, no. No, that's nice. That's gonna be certainly more challengeable at this point for him. That is not going to be the easiest. No, but also let's therefore have a look on the other side. Doesn't seem like therefore that stealing will be a thing here, as Flempopo will be the flank with Mayans. Looks like quite a bit better right now, gold mine. No, the wall-in has some challenge to it, but it doesn't seem too terrible, because he's already setting up for this wall, obviously. As in the pocket, we do have therefore ThePantlessBird with right now Lithuanians. Okay, they don't get to be used too much on something like Arabia, but they used to be, they kind of usually used on hybrid maps. And since you don't have anything like that here, then not much of a reason why not to use them here, for example. As the next pocket will be Knight Panda. That's a new player here for Denmark B. He's gonna be playing with Hindustani, powerful civilization. And the last player is therefore going to be to the bottom, elbanovic, and he's gonna be playing with the Ethiopians. No, kind of good civilizations overall. Maybe actually liking, no, I'm definitely liking it a bit more currently here for Denmark B. They seem to be having some stronger civs. As yeah, therefore stealing is not gonna be a thing here. So I guess let's therefore have a look at the civilization draft. So that we know what they have chosen potentially for the third game, right? For Arena. So we have banned Turks, Britons, Poles and Bengalis. Bengalis as a ban. Wow. I mean, like, they have been used actually fairly commonly lately in the show matches as well, but that's because we are having 5 games and they had to be drafting tons of them. A really interesting ban. I wonder if there's a specific idea behind it. But Turks are obvious for the Arena, Britons know well, Poles as well. And you can see Cumans as a snipe, also I guess for Arena. And then we do have supposedly random snipe onto Berbers. Now if it's random snipe, then it's a pretty good snipe. What are we gonna be talking about it? That's a great civilization in any kind of setting. And then we're gonna be still left here with, what, Koreans, Sicilians. Interesting taking the Slavs, for example, because they would have been really great on Arena. But they are counting with Teutons already for the Siege and Bohemians. Okay, so Bohemians, Teutons. Then it will have to be there for now the Korean Sicilians. That's a bit interesting right now, choice. Ah, sorry, Mongols there still. I was kind of thinking that maybe Slavs and Sicilians could have been switched, but whatever. No, and for Denmark B, we are going to be still having Portuguese for the Arena, okay. Then we are ready with Persians, sure. Why not? Burgundians, okay, that's a nasty one. And the last one will be Aztecs. And potentially, you can say it now, we also do have the Dravidians here. Alright. Alright. Interesting. No, definitely do have some good civilizations. And for interesting Arena, if we get there into the last game of the best of 3 here in the first round of the qualification for the 2023 Nations Cup, hosted by Coyotl, and the main admins being enmipho, Akkal, Paradox 303, and also Welcome to Rapture. So thanks to all of you, and of course all the especially donators who have donated through so far $14,000 of prize pool. You can still donate if you wish to help the players have something more to fight for in the tournament. Up to you. It's gonna be, as far as I know, it's gonna be probably open through like the whole tournament, I'm expecting. Usually is, so feel free to add anything based on your enjoyment. You can find the information !nations, or simply contact the admins, or let me know, I can get you the links as well. Get you the links to there. No, and we're gonna be there for in the feudal ages, effectively almost everybody at the same time currently. Not much of a difference there in general. And you can see everybody just investing into hefty volume across the map so far, but this kind of team will definitely be a bit more complicated than easy. Not really the simplest of them all, but I can see right now it's already working on securing the gold. Yeah, the situation is kind of complicated for both him and Norway, as Norway apparently somewhat said, screw that, I'm gonna be playing better than my opponent, or he's just gonna be happy to be dropping the tower in case everything gets somewhat hairy. And worst comes to the worst comes to worst. Quite possibly, as he's gonna be already having some close visit in Knutan's base, but it's gonna be so far his teammate. But, as you can tell, ThePantlessBird is gonna be already diligently camping the hill, as this is gonna be fairly important to take control of for Knutan. Right now the hill here slightly reminds me of the Pacific War at Kings and Generals, where of course they were fighting, as kind of famous for fighting for hills. So there was like hill 88, 89 and whatnot on the maps, because obviously it was important tactically and strategically, but they didn't have names for all of it, right? And it was just like military-wise easier to remember the targets and whatnot, and where you are going. So you could be maybe like calling that hill 1, hill 4. But yeah, well, I guess you're not entirely there yet. But much more importantly, therefore, it's going to be Norway with already 6 archers, and he's going to be quite nicely camping exactly the hill. And that's a pretty stupid position for Elbanovic to be having the berries. Right now he's gonna be really wanting to win that. He's an Ethiopian at least, so he's gonna be having the better DPS in general. As you can see, another scout cavalry therefore. No, not any kind of upgrades, it's way too early for any of that. That wasn't really a bad result for the Norwegians at all. Actually, did pretty well here. They did pretty well. And talking about the defensive tower, right? So apparently it's going to be Elbanovic rather than Norway who's going to be having to do that. And well, military-wise, therefore, Norway at 11. Then we do have Elbanovic at only 6. I know at least the tower will be helping a bit, but nonetheless. Nope, at 6 scouts. And then we do have Knight Panda at 5. So overall, quite a nice little edge here. Already built for Norwegians. All the way to the top though, can see that the Danish are gonna be trying to do the same in the opposite direction. We do have currently 8 versus 9. Slight advantage here for red, for the Mayan. Otherwise on the scouties that's gonna be on the other hand for HJFE. And we're gonna be of course having the extra hit points for the Frank. That's so far the edge. Otherwise on the villages, mostly like 28. 3 players of 8, no, that's like, it's not entirely too much. But otherwise 34 for Knutan. Obviously the Malay, so he should be a bit ahead. So he is. Nope is at 33, not bad. ThePantlessBird at 32. And then we do have, for example, Knight Panda had been at only 29. With HJFE at 31. It's luckily not that much of a difference yet. But they better be careful that it doesn't escalate too much, as this seems to be still handled. Whereas all the way to the bottom, they're interestingly missing each other. As Elbanovic together with, right now, Knight Panda rather, are gonna be heading into the offensive, but at the same time, they're gonna be finding themselves under attack. As Nope and Norway, they should be forcing them to go back, frankly. And as you can see on the minimap, they really are, for damn good reason. For a really damn good reason indeed. That was actually quite a nice attempt here to block the path in, but unfortunately there are just a bit too many units around here. And you can see even when he's coming back with all the guys, he needs to be still waiting for Orange, who's gonna be having 13 against 11. Then we do have 7 versus 7. No, this definitely does smell like that the Norwegians are getting a bit deeper than they should be. Maybe just a bit of a greed actually overcoming them. Let's see how they're gonna be able to get out of it, because they're gonna lose. But the question is how much, and how many of the enemy units and villages maybe they're gonna be taken with them. Or will they? Well, Well, I'm fairly surprised that actually right now Elbanovic, especially with the Ethiopian, is not even trying to take some kills even when there's the hill, because he can be right now sniping. Yeah, exactly. He can be sniping right now at least the horses. They are having 2 upgrades, but no bloodlines yet. Getting the wheelbarrow, for example, for Knutan. Whereas you do have bloodlines for the Hindustan. Interesting. Instead of the defensive, he's gonna be going for the HP, which in effect is a defensive as well in the end. As to the top, it seems like there was a bit of a kind of like adventure by AJ with Knutan, but they rather actually fell back. They weren't entirely confident enough that he could be getting some kind of good result. Okay, but yellow, even yellow is gonna be actually right about now helping out here. No, so this is gonna be right now blue completely destroyed, and at least Snope is gonna be having a chance to run away. So this doesn't have to be too terrible. It's not at least like a complete destruction of their armies, especially since NO is gonna be excellently utilizing the opportunity to get a few kills of the berries again, which obviously is gonna be complicating the castle age for the Ethiopian. Okay, nothing much here. Some bit of a naive attempt on some big wall, it looks like, some dead villager.
Ow.
20 archers for red, and then we do have for grey 21, so it's basically the same. And apparently first castle ages will be HJFE, Knutan and Nope. So again, really just the story of the last game. is effectively repeating itself here. Now, and the Norwegians are again gonna be the masters of the ages. And the advance is into them. And yeah, well, that's obviously usually what does give you a great opportunity to even decide the game. Let's see if maybe this time it's gonna be already in the castle with Knight Panda and ThePantlessBird. So the 2 pockets for the Danish also coming through. But as we have just shown, elbanovic is gonna be unfortunately taking a very long time to get in. But he does have at least nice army now. Question is how long it's gonna be lasting for him, right? Good hill. Yeah, there's the castle H. There's the castle for Norway. No, and from now on, elbanovic is gonna be losing time. So I can see that in the end, Knutan is not gonna be entirely giving up on his wall in here, yet at least. At least, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be any kind of further breach here for the time being. Of course, stable. Huh. Wow. Okay, I was expecting maybe some kind of siege weapons here soon, but stable I wasn't. But yeah, well, it's a 4v4 map, so theoretically it's making somewhat of a sense because the distance to cover from his base is really large. Wow, that's actually even a... No, that's a third one. Okay, I was almost thinking that's like only a second stable. That would be a bit weird, because that would slow him down quite a lot. As it seems like the breach is gonna be a bit faster to the top by the Norwegians. Scouties are gonna be fully upgraded for Lith. On the other side for the Frank, it's gonna be the same. Already having the secondary armor. And Wilbero getting ready for ThePantlessBird, for example, as one of the lone upgrades that are still getting researched in the game. How's that dot here? Ah, just one piggy. One piggy hidden in the corner. Otherwise, we seem to be having some good tactical walls here. Just in case there's gonna be whatever kind of breach, that it doesn't spill into the teammate's base too easily. Because they should be also right now, I think, in dropping a wall there and there, just to making sure some good team wall. Maybe making damn good sense for them. No, and economically, Flempopo is gonna be the lowest at 37, 40 and 41 for Panda and elbanovic, 45 for ThePantlessBird as the best. No, and that's effectively where we start for the Norwegians, with 43 for Norway, and then 48, 9 and 53 for HJFE. So again, the teal player right now, definitely proving after the last game that he is, well, a pretty damn good boomer. Pretty damn good boomer indeed. But gonna be getting some further, actually, a nasty raid in here, but it's probably gonna be ending soon, considering the knights. Oh, the HJFE is trying to at least get a few villages on the goal here. Oh well, yeah, it's a good opportunity here. He does have ballistics or not yet? Doesn't seem so. As he probably need to be also heading for a moment to the south, as you're about to maybe breach into the orange base. So far without too much of a great effect, but that's a lot of archers, as orange still needs to be waiting like a minute before he's ready. With all the possible upgrades, you can say it now therefore. Slav missing just the attacking upgrade. We're gonna be having Hindustani without the forging so far. But of course it is still Chemos. Yeah, that tower is actually a bit of a nasty help here, so I'm thinking that maybe the Norwegians are a bit underestimating that, because you can see they are still camping under full fire. And while they're actually dodging not entirely badly, they definitely didn't receive as much damage as it could have otherwise been. No, it looks to me this is not gonna be entirely too much of an easy fight. They need to be hoping that currently Danish do make a bit of a mistake, and they're gonna be somewhat like splitting instead of attacking at the same time. But we do have Botkin arrow, we having the crossbowman in a moment, and that's of course where we're gonna be heading into the big fight. And that's also a timing that the Norwegians should be having in their mind, and therefore should be able to avoid. Quite nice little assistance here by Nope. Onto the release in there, but this is definitely heading into a bit of a nasty fight for Norwegians. I don't like it at all. Not liking this at all for them. Especially when this is Ethiopian, right? So just gonna be having such a high DPS here in general. Yeah, this is gonna be just gonna like prolonging as long as possible and waiting for the reinforcements, because you can see that's already coming in. As you do have also another group right now from blue and green through the top, already killing a few villages. But it seems like that right now we are going to be already about to commit. Having about 25 archers against 22, with about 50 more, so about like 30 archers for Ethiopian. You're gonna be considering also the extra advantage he has. No, and all the way to the top, we haven't entirely gotten any kind of big engagements there so far. And wow, this is actually gonna be much better result. Much better result right now for the Norwegians than I possibly thought that it could be. The extra hit points definitely paying off for the Vietnamese here. But nonetheless, that's somewhat okay. Don't entirely have that much of a problem with this result, because they're gonna be, of course, having the new army almost immediately ready to come in as well. As on the other side, we are basically waiting for a similar engagement here also to take place. As currently we are going to be at Knutan 30 archers. Flempopo is gonna be at 47 though. And then we do have HJFE at 11 knights, whereas ThePantlessBird is gonna be at 13. Still having a few, you can see light cuff in there, but nonetheless, the upgrades are slightly better for the Frankie, having the defense in there that the opponent does not. Yeah, the archers definitely are not in the same numbers. But this is, by the way, hill. It's a bit kind of funny looking, doesn't even seem that way, but there is a hill. And the red wasn't on top of it. There's a kind of bear attack somewhere. Oh, there. Nice steam ball, by the way. Already prepared here by Knutan. No, and we don't have anything new here too much. But apparently we have an attempt to basically split the players, Knight Panda and elbanovic. That's actually not a bad idea, maybe. If the opponents are gonna be falling for that. So they could be like having a bit easier two fights instead of one big one. Okay, not bad. Especially the gold is gonna be problematic currently for purple though. As the next gold mine is gonna be also wide open, so therefore nothing really too nice waiting for him. And looking at his economy, I mean, like, he still does have decent amount for a few more units, but it's not entirely like, of course, kinda unending, considering how expensive the cavalry or cavalry units actually are. But this is gonna be there for nice, not much of a counterplay so far, because you have to be waiting until everybody is gonna be in place. So let's maybe switch to the top to see if there is going to be some real action. Wheelbarrow, for example, for nope. If we're gonna be filling time with looking at upgrades. Flempopo getting Thumbring. Right now for Knutan, he doesn't have that yet, so that's gonna be another further problem. With the iron casting for HJFE, so it's gonna be there for fully up. Lithuanian. So far not having even any single relic. Damn. Is he at least trying to collect? No, he's not. Ah, it's a big mistake. There is a big mistake. He's having very easy, kind of like two relics, I think, fairly easy. Third one, to be honest, as well. So you're gonna be therefore looking back into the bottom base, where it seems like we're gonna be seeing a lot more action than to the top. But we do have also Mango, possibly ready and prepared here. He's gonna be just trying to bait him somehow to come back so that he can be getting the shot, but I don't think they're gonna be falling for that too much. But especially since we do have another right now group. Again, for Norway, he's gonna be at 46 archers, elbanovic at only 25. He's gonna be able to do, well, a lot more than his opponent, theoretically. And in total, getting some Imperial Ages also researched, and that's going to be, besides the bear, also chasing here HJFE, then also Knutan and Nope. So again, the Norwegians are gonna be the ones to advance quite a bit quicker, with ThePantlessBird not going through. Right about now, Hindustani Knight Panda either. No, there's basically not gonna be any kind of castle age leaving for the Danish, sorry. So once the Imperial Ages are gonna be in, if they're gonna be having some army, because you can say it now, there is a quite nice gameplay by the Danish. And unfortunately, Norwegians got a bit too greedy here. And simply got outplayed. No, and that means that there should be also like an instant counter attack, because obviously with the yellow being away, there should be like an instant message that they need to be attacking. Especially looking at HJFE, even if they don't have the Imperial Age yet, because that's a great opportunity on catching them with different amounts of units. So right now blue is gonna be dropping to 34. Nope is at 28. Knight Panda 19, 32 for elbanovic. And you can see ThePantlessBird also only 18. So theoretically, this could be enough. And those two players, Nope and Norway, might be enough to maybe handle even all three of the players. Whereas right now Flempopo is gonna be having to handle two players himself. With the archers, he's having 56 of them. Knutan at 44, but also HJFE is having 50 knights. And that's going to be right about now almost all of it here. So yeah, this is looking actually really damn great and really terrible right now for Flempopo, because he's gonna be losing all the army, and that could be quite a GG right after actually, once it happens, and it is definitely happening. Yep, that is right now the GG already coming up, and that's going to be the end there. Whereas all the way on the other side, just like a small engagement, but they probably hope that after initial fights or previous fights, they were going to be having some better results and the opponent's lower amount of units, but it's not really the case, and they were already prepared with new ones. Okay, just kinda like cleaning up right now, waiting for Knight Panda to be also tapping out, and it's gonna be there for the first match of the qualifications for Nations Cup 2023 right now finished, and therefore we're gonna be congratulating Norway B on getting through into the next round, the second round of qualifications. So they're gonna be already fighting for the possibility of, no, well, they are entered the Bronze League, but they're gonna be possibly fighting for the Silver League already. Whereas we do have Denmark B, who are gonna be playing in the Wood League at this point as they eliminated from the first round. So good job to Norway. That was a good match. Then kind of really short games or whatnot. First one was quite a bit long as well. No, and right now we're just gonna be looking through the statistics, and then we're gonna be seeing if we can therefore catch the second match for today. That will be Italy C versus Switzerland C. So let's have a look on some numbers and stuff. You can see the economy now. HJFE was really outstanding with this boom in this match. It's quite a bit evident that, well, he did have good practice. 109 for Nope, and well, best economy for the opponents, ThePantlessBird at 73. Yeah, they unfortunately weren't able to match. No, on that simply macroeconomical department, it was in the end what is costing them. Even though they are having some decent fights here, then simply they're just not able to replace the losses as well as then the team with the economy back in them. And on the units, no, well, not much to be talked about there. 40s and 60 for the Norwegians, and the opponents, of course, right now after the cleansing already. So for the Mayan, economical upgrades, no, could have been also a bit higher. It's kind of like really, the time flies here. Yeah, already at 39 minutes, almost feels like it should be like 30 minutes maybe of game time. And that's why it at first actually felt that the upgrades were somewhat okay, because this is somewhat okay for like 30 minutes of Archer Civilization on the flank. But for 40 minutes, that's already a bit lower than it theoretically should be. For the Lithuanian, the baseline at least there, but he also didn't collect any relics. That's also a big mistake on his part, but I like at least the maneuver. The triple here against Norway and Nope was certainly a nice idea. To help the teammates in there. You can see Hindustani, the same upgrades in here. No, and the last one, elbanovic, is probably gonna be, yeah, I was expecting it's gonna be a bit lower. He was not having too much of a fun time. Kind of least fun of the players, I guess, at the start. And there was even a castle getting dropped by Norway. Who, on the other hand, yeah, these are much more like the upgrades. This is how it should approximately look at this time. Maybe even the second farming could be nice, but doesn't need it too much. Wasn't switching into some halberdiers or anything yet. Slav is gonna be on the first line. He does have, though, the farmer bonus, right? So it's at least a bit of a help, but something like Bowsaw, thinking would have been prudent to find time for. No, as, yeah. HJFE again, confirming what I just mentioned. Really the best boomer in the game. Full economical upgrades, even though the free ones are helping still. Great result. And the last player is going to be Knutan with the Malay, and that's also a bit lower in here. But at least the boso is there, so usually that's the important, having like 2-1. And the gold maybe, these are usually important, even though wheelbarrow would be also pretty sweet at this time. Further upgrades, nope, getting Cavaliers and Last Cavalry Armor and Handcart at the end. And we're getting Cavaliers and Blast Furnace also ready for HJFE. Okay, let's have a look into right now the post game. And I'm gonna be also looking if maybe there isn't a draft going on. So that I don't possibly miss it for the other match. Nations Cup. I don't see that yet, unless it's already passed, but there are like 20 of them or 30, how many, I don't know. So not sure, maybe haven't done it before, but I don't see anything there yet. Or now, so gonna be having to probably look around a bit. Maybe they're gonna be starting later, not sure. But let's therefore have a look onto some further statistics here, as that's going to be therefore resulting into Norway the greatest military, wasn't it? That was the same as in the last game, right? Yeah, I'm thinking so. It's playing pretty mean actually flank for the Norwegians. Well done. Economy for HJFE, no, of course, again. And then the kills. It's gonna be in the end Knutan, but it's because of the big fight at the end against Red. That's where he collected all the points, all the... Kind of like, how to say that? Because we have a bit of a saying in Czech, but I don't think I can properly translate it into English. So getting the ticks, I guess, let's say, for the kills. And Norway, of course, fairly close as well. No, and Flempopo. There was a massive army in there. Knutan getting at least a bit closer. There were some more kind of like unfavorable moments earlier, but luckily for Knutan, Flempopo and ThePantlessBird weren't able to utilize them in any kind of good way. No, and on the Echo, Knutan and Flempopo, that will be there for 3, 8,000 and about like 9,500 resources, maybe more for Knutan than for Flempopo. That's a huge difference. Though, of course, on the archers, again, as long as you keep them alive, it's all fine. And you can be having even lower echo. With the other flank, Norway and elbanovic, they'll be like 4,000, 8, 9, 9 and 4. It's gonna be like 13,000 for Norway. Less than that slightly, but whatever. Oh, approximately 13,000, actually, almost precisely. No, and for the pockets, let's probably go by the flanks. That's gonna be Knight Panda versus Nope. 4,000, 6, 5, and 3. It's gonna be like 8,000, 8,500 resources more for Nope than Knight Panda. And the last couple, HJFE versus ThePantlessBird, that's also gonna be a huge difference. 9,000 and 4, 13, 13 and 7. It's gonna be there for 20 and a half thousand resources more for HJFE than ThePantlessBird. That's a Traktan really at 39 minutes. That's a huge amount of resources on something like Arabia especially. Of course, allowing him to be getting so many researches, and a lot of them on the economy. So basically the Imperial Age was still fairly fresh. And the upgrades do take a bit of time. Nope, already having a castle actually, really. Didn't even notice where he already dropped one. We have just seen Norway going for the first next to elbanovic. You can see it now, the army is getting destroyed. So where was the castle for green? This is grey, so therefore somewhere to the bottom. Ah, protecting gold, apparently. Okay, so that's therefore going to be it. Before we get the UI are gonna be released therefore to possibly look for the next match. Then again, congratulations to Norway B on getting into the second round of the qualification for Nations Cup 2023, hosted by Coyotl, enmipho, Akkal, Paradox 303, Welcome to Rapture, and also somebody like HJFE, T-West, or Zetmus helping with the maps, maybe even somebody else. Then we also need to be thanking Go Calderon or Go Calderon, probably gonna be pronunciation for the graphics. There are also some other people working on further helping features for the tournament, and of course mustn't forget also the admins. They are gonna be coming in for the Bronze League and the Silver League. These are going to be for the Silver League, Adeko, Hagi, Agent P97 and Negodrama. And for the Bronze League, it's going to be Daisy Chain, Big Walt, Mr. Beaver and Banstenak 19. And Adeko also, of course, managing or putting in the idea with the Macherino, where the prize pool is collected. And you can still, of course, add further bonuses for the players, if you wish, for, well, whatever they can be there for winning then, in the end, for the tournament and for their participation and for the great games that you're gonna be enjoying here. So up to you. GG.